This is Free Speech News, and it is March 14th, 2021, and coming out yesterday, we have the DHS ordering FEMA to the southwest border. And they have been ordered there to assist as the border crisis continues to get out of hand. And the open door policy of the Biden administration is in full effect. And it's being reported that one facility is now at 729% capacity. And children are going hungry and showering only once a week, as 4,000 children are at border facilities right now. And the DHS said that FEMA is going to be there for at least 90 days. And that's a pretty high number. So they know this crisis will continue. They know 90 days from now, it is going to be the same. And because it doesn't look like it's slowing down. But the Biden administration will not even admit that there is a border crisis in the first place. And this Biden administration is doing a border tour, and the media is not even allowed with them, not allowed to ask questions. And who knows if he is even doing what they say he is doing, or is Kamala Harris doing the work for him? And per this Breitbart report from a U.S. Border Patrol source, reports the numbers of migrants that got away, tallied by the agency, surpassed 118,000 for the fiscal year. So in less than 6 months, the number of immigrants who have gotten away, and obviously these are bad people, they do not want to be caught. They want to come in this country undetected. And they know that the agents are occupied at the actual border crossings, and they can easily sneak into this country. And last year, it was only 69,000 people were said to have gotten away. And I'm sure that now the numbers are a lot higher. Even though they say the number is lower than estimated, I honestly think it has to be higher. So, I mean, the border is wide open to these people. The Biden administration has told them it is wide open. And speaking of the Biden administration, and the White House will not tell officials how many people are entering Texas that have COVID-19. And we have soon to be out of office Governor Abbott, who talked about Gab, and Gab being anti-Semitic. And per the Epoch Times, Abbott said that the White House refused to give him the numbers of who tested positive. And we know before that there was reports that no one was getting tested at the border. But now officials here are telling us that over a several week period, 108 have tested positive in March so far. But the Biden administration will not give us straight answers. So we don't truly know what is going on. Maybe they are getting tested. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're only testing people with symptoms. We do not know, because they will not Answer us. And a little bit about COVID-19 and actually the vaccine. Unfortunately, we have news that boxing great Marvin Hagler dies after going into the ICU a few days after taking the COVID-19 vaccine. And this was posted on his page, and we don't know who. Assume maybe it's a family member or his wife, someone who has access to his page. And it says he was in the ICU from effects of the vaccine. And obviously they were told that by somebody, maybe a doctor, but they said that for a reason. And that is the reason for him suddenly falling ill and then ultimately passing away. And it's so unfortunate. And this is why people are skeptical of the vaccine in the first place, because of things like this. And it happens more than we will ever know. Vaccines take years, not a year, to develop. And this is what happens when they are pushed through like this. And it happens to happen even after they take 5 years to develop the vaccine. We still have incidents like this. But it doesn't matter. These people knew the risk of this vaccine, and they know the risk of these vaccines and developing them so fast. And the news was covering them. They're not even saying how he died. I'm not saying vaccines are not good, but when you only do it for a year, they are definitely not good. And the research is not there. Why don't they want therapeutics to help with this virus, as many doctors have said? We don't know. Also today, we have Georgia's Stacey Abrams, and she said on Sunday on CNN's State of the Union that Republican election proposals in her home state were a redux of Jim Crow. Can you believe that? And Jake Tapper, he asked her a question about stricter ID laws, which what's wrong with stricter ID laws? We literally have to show an ID for everything else, including child medicine, but not for voting. And it makes no sense. And also asking about getting rid of drop boxes, which have no chain of custody at all. And her response, which is completely from left field, and, Chuck Schumer is trying to say it's a racist plan, which is just incredible. But Abrams said, well, first of all, I do absolutely agree that it is racist. It is a redux of Jim Crow in a suit and tie. We know the only thing that has precipitated these charges. It's not that it was a question of security. And get this, she says the only connection they can find is that more people of color voted and changed the outcome of the election. And this is why Republicans want stricter laws. No, this is not why Republicans want stricter laws. There clearly was inconsistencies, and especially in Georgia. The numbers don't lie. The data doesn't lie. And it hasn't been truly investigated or seen by a court, truly. And we have forensic reports like Antrim County. And there's plenty of other stuff that is going on, but it was inconsistent. And these laws help illegal voting. And to say that it's racist is just unheard of.
This was a Free Speech News broadcast. Thanks for listening. Until next time, keep the faith.